Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another round of Ray's Boom Boom Room. I'm your host, Ray Mancini, here with my ace corner man, cut man, Mike Case.
Good afternoon.
And we got a very special guest today. Person, actually, it's kind of funny that we have her on today.
Yeah.
Our friend Lauren Lindvig.
Lauren Lindvig.
Did I say that?
L-I-N-D.
What did I say?
V-I-G. Lid. I think a lot of people do.
I said Lind.
What have you heard for your name? How many different ways have you heard it? Ludwig.
There are so many different versions of my name.
I said Lauren Lindvig at first.
Midvig.
Lauren Lindvig.
Never heard
I'm
that
going to go
one.
with Midvig today.
Okay, Lauren, we're going to Midvig. Lauren Lindvig. Anyhow, who was actually the creator of this show.
Brainchild.
Brainchild. I like that.
Oh, that's her.
And she's here for brain food for the audience.
Right, for them. And they
all
need the
brain food,
nourishment
man.
from what I've seen and heard.
Yeah,
They've been starving for
she'll
this.
blow your mind, man.
She's got a lot of big ideas.
But
They do.
And so I do, and I appreciate you when we talked about it a little over a year ago.
Not even yet.
Not yet. No,
It'll
you're
be
right.
our 1 year anniversary, technically January. Oh yeah, I guess we did talk.
February.
Well, no.
We started talking.
It was right
like
after
November.
Mark's. It was right after Mark's holiday commercial. Mark Hansen had his holiday commercial.
And what was that? That was
November, December of
no,
last
because
year.
it had to be November because you came and saw me
In December.
and
And you were doing a podcast at the time?
I was doing a podcast at another. Yeah, okay.
There we
At another,
go.
Yeah.
at another arena,
Another building,
Another
another
building.
city.
in Youngstown.
Which was a beautiful venue.
Yeah, no,
Good
but it was nice.
people.
No, I
Yeah.
appreciate the opportunity. I enjoy just doing talking. And then after a while, you know, time, I always tell people, time is worth money. Time is worth money. Your time is money.
Mm-hmm.
So if to not be compensated for your time, here's what, like my son said, what, you got to be paid for everything? I said, yes.
At this
Everyone should.
point-
I said, but.
At this point,
But
you
no,
need,
but when I say be paid, no, I don't have to be dollars and cents. Being paid is to a variety of ways, but one of them is, of course, is money, and that's so it's up to me what I want to do with it. He says you have to do everything for money. So if I want to give it to church, let me do that. But you give me the opportunity to say yes or no. You give me that time opportunity. You don't expect me to do anything for free, but too many people do.
Oh, yeah.
But they expect on me others for free. You look, people. Since we're talking about variety, your time is worth money. If you're in business and you give your time and you choose to give it, that's up to you. But if they're there asking you for your expertise, that is worth money.
But
Everyone's got to be paid money.
in this town's a little bit different.
Yes.
This is a town of favors. Like, I know this guy.
yeah.
I can get us passes to this. We're not paying for that. I'll take her at that. I'm VIP with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is and people give and then they get. And
Yes,
that's kind of how it works.
That's how it works.
And there's always going to be that, and I think that it's a hard line to navigate when you're somebody like Ray, who just simply having his name is synonymous with something that is great, and to have an organization be associated with it, well, you have to understand the amount of work that Ray had to do in order to bring that kind of stature to something, and that's just how
I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
You walk a line because you are always going to do things for people that you love and you care about. I think
but
when
that's it.
that's
And you
the
want-
right
but
thing.
But as you should, right?
Right.
And you offer your time for events, for charitable events, of course, and for speaking events. But if you don't have everything for money, like I said, but at least they make an offer, an attempt up. Now we say we can't pay you money. But but we'd love to have you as our guest for such and such a dinner or whatever. Well, that's fine too.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, time is worth money or worth something. So whenever you invite people, like my wife always says, I love this people. People in Youngstown they're the best at this. We all go down to have dinner, right? We're gonna invite. I invite you for dinner. Everything. I invite you for dinner. Now I tell Bill that I taught my kids when you invite people, that's on you.
Right, you're buying it.
When you're invited, it's up there. So we go to people up in Youngstown. My wife, my mother's famous for this. Oh, let me give you something to pay. The hand stays there, and I'm saying, don't do that.
No,
Don't
right.
do that.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing to the person, but it's embarrassing
Yeah.
to you.
Yes.
No, I just
And-
use my mom
and
as an
she's the
example. I
guest.
love you, mom. I
Once
love
you're the
you. I
guest,
really love
mommy.
you.
Right.
No, what I'm saying, that point being is, people, youngsters, they have favors. Oh, no, let me get that. Now, if you sit back and go, okay, go ahead. They're going to go, what? What? I mean, my point being is they always got to make the like they're doing. They ain't doing shit. Shite. They ain't doing shite. I don't. I'm trying to cleanse my act up a little bit. Clean up.
Is it because I'm here?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to clean my
He
act.
knows he doesn't have to because I'm here. That's
So,
funny.
trying to. So if you're gonna put your hand in the pocket, then take it out with the money and pay. All right, or just back. My wife will hit me. I said, we're guests. We were invited. Relax.
Right.
Man, don't worry about picking up the check. Do that through the years. So many times you do it, and you do it because you want to. But when you sit, I have when people, they go right for the hand in the pocket.
And then then the hesitation.
It stays there, and then you
pause.
wait, and it stays. Their hand stays in the pocket, and it ain't go nowhere.
Right.
And and people invite. So that's why people. Anyhow, most people have the etiquette, but some of us don't. When you invite somebody to have lunch or something, it's on you to pick up the check.
Yes.
And if they invite you, it's up to them to pick up the check. Now, if it's a thing you do with mutual friends and you all put in money, because that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. But I'm just telling you the proper protocol. You invite somebody for lunch or dinner, you're picking up the check. If they invite you. And if it's a mutually agreed upon thing, then you go, Dutch. You go Dutch with it. Okay?
There.
Simple as that.
There you go.
It's proper. But see, a lot of people
There are people that
don't know.
don't do that.
And they're
though.
very
No, they don't
socially
know.
inept.
They don't know.
And I tell my kids all the time, when you don't let if there's 5 of you guys there, just take it or don't take it.
Right.
Don't act like you're gonna take it. Either take it or
Commit.
or don't.
There's an etiquette. There's an etiquette. Like when you go
go.
with your friends to the bar, we have a mutual friend. He was a camera guy at the TV station. We're all at a bar, 5, 6 of us. He goes to the bar, gets himself a drink, and comes back.
That's terrible.
Bad etiquette. You got to ask the people
Everybody.
around. But it's not his fault.
First-
He was socially. He didn't
Inept.
understand
You
the
get it.
situation.
Socially inept.
That's right.
I
Not
got
in a
it.
bad way.
No.
He just didn't know.
Just some people don't know.
He never went to the bar with a bunch of
no,
guys.
they didn't. Right.
Right.
And you pick up again. So let's go again. Ron, this is now
Make it fair.
lesson
Make it
number
fair.
2. Yes, when you're with a group of people,
Mm-hmm.
either you all put in or one picks up the check and then you reciprocate.
That's right.
The key word, reciprocation. That is a word love does not that people know of but don't
No, they don't
understand.
exercise.
Put into it for
Yeah,
exercise.
that's
There you
right.
go. It's like when you have a
I love this. This is so
like
fun.
when you go out with a girl, right?
Uh-huh.
I was going to say, this applies to women,
what's
too.
What's it between men and women? Reciprocation.
Oh, here we go. This is not going to
in
go.
all aspects.
Not gonna go well.
You got to give something to get some, baby. You got to give to get. So you give your time. You give your energy.
This is so
you
bad.
give you do things for them. They do things for you. It's a simple thing. Reciprocation. I'm gonna do you a solid, and Mike, down the road you'll do me one. I'm not gonna have to ask you.
Absolutely.
Except you never invited me to sit down. You,
here
you
I
rat
was
bastard.
waiting. I was waiting.
You didn't sit me
I
down.
was waiting.
He knew. I'm eating by myself like a victim.
What's
Couple
the
weeks
etiquette
ago,
on that?
I'm sitting. Invite somebody to sit down. People, let me explain. It's for Mike as well as anybody else I do that. Who's
here
this
we-
heartless and gutless to do this?
Holy mother!
I'm at the bar eating by myself
Ah.
like a victim. Mike walks in with four pretty
Three.
women.
Yeah.
Sits
Table
down.
for 4.
He don't say Ray. He waves at me.
Yeah.
But doesn't say, hey, would you like to join us? Nada. Niente. Scudad. Hey, don't say nothing. I'm sitting there like a chidrula. And I'm saying, oh, what about me, Mike? What about me? Forget you, Ray. We got time.
No, we don't got time for Ray.
That's what Mike said. Jesus, right. That's what you call etiquette, Mike.
Right.
Etiquette, proper
Poor
etiquette.
etiquette.
So
That's
if you're
what it
sitting
was.
there like you see somebody sitting there like a victim, and you're
A
friends with them,
victim.
and you know them,
When's the last
invite them
time
over
he
to
was a
give,
victim?
Give
don't
them
know.
the chance. I always tell people, give me the opportunity
It's always
to say
nice
yes
to
or
be
no.
invited. That's
Don't
right.
assume that I'm going to say no. Don't assume.
I assumed you
just
would.
give me the opportunity to say yes or no. Mike, that's all you do. Say, Ray, join us.
See, I invited
know.
him here. He said yes. See?
No. Now you're on me.
I'm just kidding.
That's how it's done. But
You
again,
are
I think
good.
if
but some people-
anyone knows me
but-
at all,
but-
they know that this
yeah, of
is
course.
Like the more
But
the
you know-
merrier
but
is
you know,
typically
right,
his
right.
MO.
But
Just so you know, the more
just
the
so I know,
merrier.
but just so you're socially inept.
Yeah,
Socially
right?
inept.
This
Oh.
one doesn't know how to talk to anybody.
invite,
right?
I invite people on purpose to things
What
that
do
I
you
know
mean
they
that?
won't go
Mike
to
goes-
just to be nice. all the time.
You invite them to things that you know they won't do. I
Yeah,
love that.
but at least they're invited, and
Yes.
it makes them feel nice. It's always
Right.
nice to be invited. You're right.
You know,
It was a temporary lapse. It was a lapse.
He was busy. He
signal-
was focused
the
on
signal
business.
I got
I
from-
think these women were here to book meetings at Avalon,
they
and you
were.
probably all like
kind of a
worried
business
that
meeting.
right. He was probably worried
But
and
he
then
wanted
worried.
to horn in on it and be the star.
I know.
All I wanted to do was get the business meeting over. And sometimes stars want to be to themselves. They don't want people around. They don't have to be on all the time.
Because when I'm eating, I'm like, maybe I like the little conversation too.
I honestly thought he was waiting on somebody.
Yeah. After,
Turns
but
out
I
was
But
wrong.
after you see me there for
waiting
about
on
5
you.
minutes
So wrong.
by myself, looking around going,
I'm just
Now
eating
what?
here all by myself.
hey, see,
Oh,
ladies
I'm
and gentlemen,
so
today's-
glad we're doing
just so
this
you
to
know,
get this all out in
today's
the
show
open.
is obviously about nothing. It's
Yeah.
like we're gonna do the Seinfeld
Right.
episode.
It's a show about nothing. It's about nothing.
Nah,
What'd you
it's
do
about
today?
Anything,
Nothing.
anything and anything. Anything and anything. We're going to bring up. We're going to just throw things out. Just throw it out there.
So if people have a question, they could ask it.
Well,
Is that what you're saying?
go on, think-
John is
do we
monitoring
get the
right now his cell
emails?
phone.
He's monitoring his cell
get
phone
whether
or
to ask questions or not.
Facebook. I'm not sure.
Because people ask questions of me sometimes, and I don't see them till much later.
And we have a box full of questions. If things get a little bit
Oh,
slow,
better yet.
we'll go right to the box.
Let's go right to the box. Yeah,
Do you want to go to the box now?
Why don't we go to box?
Or do you want to wait? You have something else you want to talk
This is
about?
My, that reminds me of that
He
song.
wants to throw something out
Remember
there. I
that
can
song?
feel
Did you ever
it.
Saturday Night Live?
Yeah. Step
in the
one,
box.
cut a hole in the
Yeah.
box.
Oh no!
Not that
Put
box.
your junk
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
box.
I know. It's
Junk in a box, baby.
All right.
Junk in a box.
Are you ready for one? Do you want to pick it out?
No, because I came up with them.
All right.
Oh
well,
gosh,
you're
I
going to
wouldn't
have
have.
to answer them.
I wouldn't have put them. I wouldn't have put them thinking that I.
Well,
You're answering them, right?
yeah,
Oh,
big
boy.
mistake.
Oh
Big
no!
mistake. All right. Here we go.
Oh shoot! Oh no!
We'll start with Ray,
Okay.
because I already know the one you're going to say. Famous people that act like assholes.
I put that in there. Oh, I did.
And go.
Oh, I know which
Famous
one.
people that act like jerk offs.
Yeah.
Asshole. Not the whole ass, just
No,
asshole.
Just the pucker part.
Okay,
yeah.
there you go.
Ew.
Yeah. Not a pretty thing. You ever take a look at that? It's not a pretty
No,
thing.
my
I don't know
gosh.
why. I don't know the fascination on it. I don't.
I can't even.
I do
you
not.
I just threw it out again.
Right. No. It's no good.
That was not in the box.
No. Anyhow.
What do you mean? It's
No.
in
I mean,
the
it
box?
was.
But that the word? That's the word.
Well, I guess it
Okay,
did.
anyhow.
Anyway,
I got
not
to
nice. They're not. And not saying it's not a nice person, but
I've
weren't
met people
nice
that I
to
didn't
you.
Care for. There's people I didn't care for.
weren't nice to
but,
you.
No, they weren't nice to me.
Yeah.
I don't really don't know.
Famous
I
person.
can't say that.
You can't name one
No,
person?
because the people, well, if they shine me, who gives a crap? You know.
All right, that's not what the
So-
question.
so
Did
no.
they act like that? Famous
I-
people that act like a-holes.
No, I can't think. Be honest, I'm not being honest. I'll tell you, I just can't think of it off the top of my head right now. Most people are cool with me. I mean, I'm cool. Or
Yeah,
if they did, they weren't with me. They weren't my group. So I can't say, oh yeah, that person's a jerk off or whatever. I can't because I don't. Nobody's ever acted okay with me. Well,
All right, go ahead.
because he's deceased. I can't talk about him
Why?
because he's deceased.
Because that is.
Why? We can't
That's
talk
what-
about Abe Lincoln because he's deceased?
Yes, no, but
Or
but
what do you
this-
mean?
But why?
It
Because
wasn't
they're-
Abe
We're not
Lincoln.
putting him in a favorable light. That's why.
Well, it's
But
your.
it was like an
it's
actor.
what,
Let me
it's
just
just
say,
what happened
let's
to
say
you.
I was
Doesn't
working
mean
on
he's a dick.
I was working on. Well, I was working on a movie. I was working on a movie. It was several. It was an ensemble piece, and we were over in Yugoslavia, which is and we're trying to get done 2 days before Christmas, right before Christmas. Come back on the 23rd, and this guy's throwing tantrum. And he was a TV star. And he had done some movies, and
He's an actor in
Good.
the movie.
yeah, he's in the movie, right?
Okay.
And now he's acting like in these hissy fits, these little tantrums every day. And it's an ensemble piece, so there's not a star. There's several.
Yeah.
There's the couple
Is that
main
Dirty
stars.
Dozen one?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And Billy D. Williams in it, and Gregory Harrison, his company was a producer.
this dead
Telly
guy.
Savalas.
This guy that we're
Right.
trying to
So,
figure out who it is.
And it's a guy. It's a male
So
actor.
that was in it, yeah. So now, this guy's at, and then he's complaining about every little thing. And so I'm going to talk. I know my SAG rights. I know my SAG is Screen Actors Guild. So I know my it's just basically I know my union rights. And we're like we're freezing our asses off. We're outside, it's trying to get home for Christmas, leave 2 days before, and he keeps and he's throwing his hissy tantrums, pushes
Just
It's
get it over with.
Money is worth time.
Right, get it over with.
Yeah, and so you can push this back, so you get
Work
delayed.
through it.
So next day you date, if you delay scenes, then you got to go into the next day, and you got to push everything back. Cut to where I'm not gonna. He walked off the set. I'm not gonna do the scene, and but we actually need him. I know my SAG rights, and so finally I made a comment to him like, "Hey man, just do I want to get home for Christmas. I want to leave. Just do the scene for I crack you in the mouth or something like that."
Yeah, okay.
You got to. He threatened me. You heard him. Everyone
That's
heard
also
it.
against his rights,
And
I
I went. You're shitting me, right? You're shitting. This guy was, and it just became it was just a thing. It became annoying, and I really liked this guy at the beginning. And I actually liked his work before I worked. And then he just said, "Oh my God, I just couldn't believe it." And then you see people, some for a variety of reasons, stars that once were, or guys that think they're stars that aren't, but whatever. But but that's about the only time actors do put on these. They cause problems, and I tell you, like anything I produce, I tell people there will not be any disgruntled gaffers or grips. I'm a fan of the people who work behind the scenes because they're the engine that pushes you forward.
That's the truth.
And they're an engine of the machine. So, and the actor comes give you there'll be no disgruntled. No actors give you grief. I tell my crew, let me know right. That will be straightened out real quick. But
What did you get home for Christmas?
the day of. We want to push this today. We're supposed to leave 23rd. We wound up leaving the 24th, and it was in Europe. I was next in Yugoslavia, so I got home the day of. Yeah. So anyhow, but if I would, it could. I mean, it just.
Do you think you really would have cracked him in the mouth?
I would have. Oh yeah, man. I don't see anything I'm not gonna do. I can't because that's what you can do. But it was just. It was a nut job, man. But but worked. But it did cost us a day.
Yeah.
But I do that.
You don't get paid by the hour in those
Day
things,
is a
do you?
lot.
Yeah, especially in
Days a lot.
Yugoslavia, and you want to get back.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of commercial flights
Nope,
probably.
they
to
don't. Not at that
Cleveland.
time of the year.
Yeah.
Not when everybody wants
So-
to be at home.
Anyhow, that was it. But
We were not going to know who it is.
we will. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Okay.
We got a
But-
question when you guys
Go
are
ahead.
ready.
Oh, well, Lauren didn't get to answer that one.
Oh wait. Yeah, listen.
Whenever you get to it, you're
Well,
ready.
yeah. What about that? Did you work with anybody that's a jerk off?
Oh, well, not really like face to face, but Michael, I think were you in the control room when it happened that day?
Trace Adkins?
Yes.
Yeah. And
He
don't
was
forget
terrible.
the interview you tried to do.
Oh,
at
no,
the-
I don't want to talk about that one.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Because he talked about his.
Yeah.
But you can't.
I'm
talk-
not talking about
And you're
that.
not saying the
You don't
guy
have to say names, you
is
don't have to say
an
names.
a-hole. You're just saying the person acted.
No, I'm not going to do that.
No, well,
I'm not going to do that. I will literally that was, sometimes the context is a problem.
Oh, there
But
you go.
as I look back on it,
Yeah.
still he wasn't very nice. But still, we'll go to the one with Trace Adkins.
Okay, we
'cause
do
he
these-
was really awful.
They set up these
Sorry, dude,
satellite
you were.
interviews, and every
Agent or
20
whatever.
minutes,
Right.
these people pop up on. They're in Poughkeepsie, they're in our station, they're in Las Vegas or whatever. So our station
a
pops up,
satellite
and
interview.
it was for a charity event.
It was for, I think it was for
Or
a
an NBC
parade,
special-
an NBC special
Yeah.
music event for like Thanksgiving.
She wanted to ask him like 3 questions.
Well, we have time scheduled.
You can
on
only get
behalf of
5 or 10
network.
minutes with the guy. Then boom, he's got to go. His satellite pops up somewhere else, and you get ended.
And
That's the
his
end of it.
beginning part of the interview was basically, why would anybody live in Youngstown? And why am I talking to some girl in Youngstown? And I mean, I am not from Youngstown. I am a girl from Chicago
You chose to live
originally,
here.
right? And I chose to live here.
Right.
And like I get up at 3:00 in the morning and we work our butts off. And like we have such dedicated, amazing people that are watching this show. And this guy couldn't see us, could hear me, but was completely just awful about where he was talking to, and he just was very dismissive and very disrespectful to the point where we didn't even run the interview. That's how bad it was. And like I was trying to joke around, and I was kind of excited about it because it was a dumb song that I used to listen to with a girlfriend in college, that I was really kind of a fan. I was like, yeah, I like that song. I'm going to go do this satellite today, Michael. Do you mind? And he was like, no, Lauren, have at it.
Mike hates country music.
Yeah,
That's
Mike
perfect
hates
for
country
me.
music, and I'm not, the biggest.
I would have called
music
that guy
fan
out
in the
though.
world,
I would have
but
called that guy out.
I
Right
Is this a
literally
different
didn't
guy?
know what to do.
Same guy.
Sa-
Just Trace
I would
Adkins.
just Trace
Just
Adkins. It was just
mean as hell.
awful, and like it was like one of those like knife in your heart, like is that really what people think about this place? Because you have no idea what you're talking about. Like, you have no clue. And, like, that's,
Yeah.
I think, why.
And he's probably not from some great place.
Right.
I'm
like,
guessing.
how dare you talk about any place on earth, especially when your job is to promote something on behalf of the network. And I work for the network. Anyway, it was just, I couldn't believe it. I was more surprised than anything else. But anyway, your turn.
Same thing happened with me with Danica Patrick,
Oh,
who
yeah.
was the notorious
that.
a-hole to just
Is
about
she?
everybody. Danica Patrick,
I know,
the race car driver.
I know, I know. She's notorious for being a
Oh, yeah, just nasty
Is that right?
person. I tried to butter her up. I was trying to be so nice, and she's like, ask me anything you want. And I said, well, what, you had kind of a rough year on the track. It was about 2/3 of the way through. Is there something that has gone wrong, more than once that, needs to get fixed or whatever? And she just got pissed. I'm like, you just told me to ask you anything I wanted
That's a
to.
valid question.
And I said, well, we're all rooting for you here and blah, blah, blah. And no,
That was a valid question.
out.
What was, no, I never met her. I don't know her. I mean, I know she is, of course.
We all love the lady. I mean, we're all kind of rooting
Yeah,
for
Oh,
her.
you love her until you meet
Surprised.
her. The lover is not to know her.
I know.
So
I know.
Don't say what they'll say.
God bless.
To love me is to know me.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Well, she's not with him anymore, is he?
I think she is because I saw her on a sideline
Well,
a
they're
couple
both.
weeks ago.
Well, maybe they're.
And we hear things about him too.
Well, there you go. Maybe
He's funny in
two
those
peas
State
in a
Farm
pod, man.
commercials. Yeah.
pair of
Bitterness.
jacks.
Bitter
Pair of
people love
jacks.
bitter people, don't they?
Look, I want to always. I'm a firm believer. I've always said this: that opposites attract. I found that in my life. That's the truth, right? But then there's the other saying: light attracts light. Darkness attracts darkness.
I
So
agree
there's
with that.
too.
Yeah.
So
I
there's
agree
you know.
with that.
Misery
and-
does love
yeah.
company
So
sometimes.
Yes,
but-
it does.
so I
All
was
right,
thinking
John.
opposite attract.
What do you got?
All right, first, Trace Adkins' hometown is Sarepta, Louisiana.
Okay.
925 people in the
Okay.
2000
Okay.
census.
Thank you.
Thank you,
If that
Is
makes
that
you
Trace.
feel better.
awesome? It's not Atlanta or Austin,
Well, I
Texas,
guess
or anything
Boston.
like that, or Baton
Or was
Rouge.
it because these guys are these country boys?
What'd
they
you
can
say,
act like
Fred?
they're gonna-
925 people, not
925.
even Lordstown.
That's like 3 blocks around.
I don't know, man.
Is
Yeah.
what it is.
Okay.
All right. Anyway,
Anyway.
go ahead.
From
Here's the
Matt.
first- Matt.
Who is a bit of a biker. He wants to know, have you ever owned a motorcycle?
Oh.
Are you a rider?
Me, no, I have not. But my brother did. My sister, my brother-in-law, they all were bikers. My best friend across the street, Tank's a biker, forever.
You've been on a
just never-
bike?
and I got on when I'm afraid of them, and just for whatever reason, I was never comfortable on a bike. And then when I moved to California, I got to be friends with all the guys, Mickey Rourke, Mick, was it Mick Jones? I mean, from the Sex Pistols.
I don't know.
John,
I'm sorry.
Sex
Sex
Pistols.
Pistols.
I should know that.
No,
That's my era.
Steve Jones. I'm sorry, Steve Jones from a bunch of Giuseppe Franco. All these guys, they all drive and go up at PCH. It was like, is this falling?
I think it's like this. I want to yell at
Okay, well, there we go. Can I?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll try it again. And then, so that's why I never could get. I was afraid of that. I'm not comfortable on a bike.
Well, it's because if somebody crashes on a
that's-
bike,
yeah.
it's
Well,
not like you hurt your wrist.
Right. Are the two people that ride
bad news.
motorcycles that are on our staff, please listen. Be
bad
careful. I
Wear
tell them
your
every
helmets
day.
at all times,
yeah.
please.
No, if they,
I look like a
Just
mother
be
hen
careful.
out there
And
at
ladies
the
and
end of
gentlemen,
work.
when you're on a bike and you're behind a truck, whatever, you don't try to pass on the left. Ever try to pass
But,
them
I
on
mean,
the left.
if they want to do it though, that's
signals
their
fly.
thing.
Right, of course.
And it must be great because there's a million of them, and they must really enjoy it, especially
But
in the
I'm not
summertime.
comfortable. Yeah, I'm
There's a
I'm
million
I'm
poker
comfortable.
runs?
No, I'm not comfortable. But my wife, she likes bikes all the time. She likes bikes. She would love to be a biker chick. I said, there's a few guys that she was, they were sniffing around her when I first met her.
No, go on.
Here comes these bike, yeah, a lot
They
of
were
guys,
biker guys?
biker guys, yeah.
Yeah.
And she'd have been good. And she'd have been a cool biker chick.
She's
She
the
would've.
best.
She would have.
She would have.
She would have.
Still made the right choice.
With the
She got a lot of
jeans on,
leather.
with
She
the
is-
leather on. Oh, she looked great.
She's
on.
beautiful.
But
Yeah,
the
she's
funny thing is,
beautiful.
I used to like biker chicks when I was growing up too,
Uh-huh.
because they're just rough, tough. You just
Yeah.
bang them around.
Tougher than me. I don't know about
I
that.
don't know.
I'm not sure about that.
Oh yeah,
These
just
guys
bang
on
them off
motorcycle,
walls.
I don't think that's how it
Biker
was.
chicks were great. They were great. They were fun. Ton of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow.
Well, you can't phase them. That's what's nice about
Yeah.
them. I mean, you can say pretty much whatever you want about people that have had that kind of experience, all sorts of experiences.
No, you got
You know,
to
like a
have
bartender.
biker
You
chicks,
can say
man.
pretty
great.
much
I
anything
like
you
that.
want
I
as a
always
bartender.
I always like biker chicks.
Yeah,
Always did.
they know what they're
Always did.
doing. They've been around. Not a bad way.
Anywho,
How about you? Been on a motorcycle?
I dated a guy when I was in Springfield, Illinois.
Yeah, with a bike.
Yeah.
Did you ever drive the
Steve?
bike?
No, I was in the back.
Was this that state trooper guy?
No,
Different guy.
no, not You would think state trooper. Yeah, Springfield detective.
Oh.
What's up, Steve? I haven't thought about you in a long time.
Yeah.
Steve-O.
What if
Hey,
he still got the
Steve-O.
bike? I still have the bike.
I'm sure he does. I
Were
hope
you
he does.
scared?
For
No,
a
'cause we
long
had
Because
time.
I would.
No,
I
no,
wouldn't
no.
care. I don't want to
We
hold on to
were
anybody.
together for a long time before I even got on the thing. Like I was like, not for me. And then,
You hold on.
and then it was
Right.
like country roads.
Close your eyes.
And it would just that's not.
What's
even,
bad?
not even close. It's more like me, like white knuckled, like freaking out the entire time.
Yeah.
So you try it, and you like the country roads of Illinois. With the cornfields, it's nice. That's safe. I know nobody's coming. I know nobody's going. We went on a couple like poker runs or whatever it was. Not my thing. I was really nervous a lot. And everybody knows
can I
I'm
say
nervous
this?
enough already.
Excuse me, Lauren.
What?
This thing is like up here.
What? Oh,
Yeah,
So
you
I ain't nobody gonna be able to see you.
that's all right. Nobody
Here,
wants to
see, that's why I had it here.
They
Talk
see
across.
Here, right
They
here.
see,
Talk- yeah,
they
about
see
that.
enough of me
There,
anyway.
yeah, about that, people say, right? Because this is a very
No, yeah.
attractive.
Smart.
I know.
Can you see?
My
can you
Now
see
I
me
understand why
Can you
people
think
want to
they can
hide
see me?
behind
Just
it.
Can they
right.
see me now?
Right?
That's right.
I'm such a jerk.
Yeah.
I do it to him all the time. You do.
Shade. Anyway, you know what? Okay.
You
let me tell
you on a
something.
motorcycle? No.
Never
Okay.
been on.
No.
it. I don't like somebody else is in charge of my life. You know what I
Well, you would
mean?
be the-
Like if this person screws up, you're done.
Yeah, that's kind of how
You're
I
done.
felt.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't trust,
That's
you
the
know,
trust factor.
But like,
I don't have it. I don't have the trust factor.
I don't have it
I don't
for
care who
anybody.
it is. I mean,
Right.
Evil Knievel, maybe. That's it.
All right. You know what? Now, can we go change
Yeah,
it?
change it, change
Flipping
it.
the script for a moment. This thing is driving me nuts. Ladies, I'm not talking about this driving me nuts. This thing with you see about China with the athletes with the
And
basketball
LeBron
players,
and everything?
because the guy from the owner of the what was it
GM for the Houston
GM,
Rockets.
GM for the Rockets tweeted something
Right.
in favor of Hong Kong
Of protesters.
protesters.
in Hong
stand
Kong.
with the protesters.
That's right. Do you know about this?
Yeah. But
Okay.
Again,
There's something
well,
came out
I-
again yesterday
but
about
it's-
it with
it-
LeBron.
But what I don't get, whether it's LeBron or any
I'm thinking
athlete,
other tweets in my head.
what I don't understand, this is just the thing I understand, and I'm asking, I'm not making, I don't get, is they're complaining that he tweeted about the protesters in Hong Kong and standing with them.
The Chinese are.
No, the Chinese against Hong Kong. Hong Kong's is against the mainland China.
Right.
Right.
That's
so
what I'm
this
saying. The
guy's
Chinese government was against the tweet.
right, exactly. I'm sorry. Yes. So this guy's standing with the Hong Kong protesters.
That's right.
Standing for Hong Kong. Okay. And the athletes are bitching and complaining about I got deals with Chinese companies. man. You're
Plenty
killing
of
my-"
them.
Right.
Plenty of
Okay. Yet, isn't that it's all about? But isn't it all about the persecution and the civil rights not being honored? China's not honoring Hong Kong or for their civil rights or anything like that. Isn't that what the minorities have been doing for a long time? So anytime we see the athletes complaining about, especially the brothers in basketball, complaining, why wouldn't you be saying, yeah, stand with them?
Yes, that's
Because
that's
but
the two
it's 'cause
sides.
it's
of it.
is it because it's touching your pocket now? So you can't be a hypocrite, man. You can either be one way. You can't do the flippy floppy. You either stand for injustice and discrimination,
Mm-hmm.
or you does not.
Right.
It's simple. You do it for all, not just for the people here, and not for all the brothers over there.
When it
in the-
hurts, you gotta do it
or-
too.
Or because it ain't affecting your pocketbook here.
Mm-hmm.
But since you have to deal with so I'm not just talking about. I don't know what LeBron's done, not one, but I'm talking about the ballers who've been complaining, saying, I don't get that. You can't be for social change and stuff in one aspect with one.
Side of the coin.
Or one country and one color of people, but not to everybody. You can't do it. So either you is or you isn't. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just found that all this nonsense about China coming down on China upon this guy who gave his thoughts, and whether you agree with him or not is irrelevant. It's just his thoughts. And everyone, but it's like everyone's coming, and we're talking about this stuff way, way too much. What happened last week? Who cares?
Like there's three sides to it. I know there's
What,
only two
yours,
sides,
mine, and the
but-
truth?
Huh?
Yours, mine, and the
No,
truth.
no.
Oh, okay.
You're telling the truth. The China is a communist country.
Right.
They don't believe in
No.
the
So we shouldn't be
things that we
doing.
believe.
So we
in.
shouldn't be doing business with them.
But the NBA was over there on a goodwill tour, playing games, opening care centers, and things like that. So this guy's tweet comes out, and it just causes a giant shitstorm for all the NBA guys that are over there. There's
But Mike,
4 or 5 teams.
That's not why they're doing.
And then the guy at the Houston Rockets had to be the one that tweet. Well, guess what? One of the greatest Houston Rockets ever, Yao Ming, is the head of their basketball program in China. So that punched them in the face. And then LeBron comes out and tweets, or in an interview says that you got to be careful what you tweet because
True.
it can cause terrible effects. And
Yes,
they just had
that's
the
true.
worst weeks of their lives in China because of this guy's tweet.
Right.
I'm not sure that LeBron was saying what the guy tweeted was wrong or right or whatever.
It's just
but I
the
think he was
act
saying,
of
don't tweet like that. And if you do, can we please come back first and then go ahead and tweet it?
Was that what the aspect?
That's the rub. Is he really saying that, or
I
did
thought it
they
was
get
about
him?
business. I thought it was about the business because a lot of these guys are doing business with the Chinese
Right.
people, get paid for appearances.
Yes.
No,
And none of the NBA players want to
but
piss
we-
China off because guess what? They make a ton of money over
And
there.
they make our shoes.
A ton of money.
Make our shoes.
That's
Make my
right.
shoes. If I gotta do, I get it. Don't. It's business.
So,
but then
gotta-
you just
you
can't.
know.
You can't do the flippy flop. You can't talk about social regime, social injustice, social indignities in America, and you can't. And if they're doing a lot worse in
Yeah,
China or Hong Kong, and then say, but I'm doing business there.
Right.
Can't talk about that.
that's right.
Can't talk. Can't talk about it anywhere.
Uh,
Or shouldn't
they
talk about
shouldn't
it.
be
Or
talking
we
about
should. Or we
politics
should.
in China anyhow.
Or we should talk
Kind of.
about social injustice everywhere and
You
anywhere.
don't want it to have an impact.
Well,
Don't put it out
that's
there.
it. That's all I'm saying. So that's like these
Kind
guys,
of.
they're over there. You're saying that may not make sense. Maybe that's what you meant. I don't know. I know. Let us come back first, get back safely. Okay, that makes sense.
I don't understand why it happens with actors and actresses too. They talk about politics all the time. And I see what they're doing because they have a platform. They have the spotlight
and
on
nobody
them.
cares though, Mike.
But
Nobody
some people
cares.
do.
Nobody
But
cares.
I care what Alec Baldwin thinks of this. No, I don't. But a
Well,
lot of people do. A lot of people love those guys.
No, the
I just don't know why
beloved
they,
actors. but
people
they're-
just don't stay.
But that's it.
Athletes too. Athletes.
Yeah,
and-
they got a platform now to speak. But in actuality, they don't because nobody cares.
but
They
Muhammad
think
Ali
that there's
did
not.
it.
It's not
You know?
a duty. It's not a duty that you have to do. No, it's not. It's just you want to open your mouth. You want to get some. You want to get some light on you or whatever. I don't get it because the real stars, you don't hear them say nothing. The real stars don't
No,
say
you just keep your mouth
nothing.
shut
I
most
was
of
gonna
the
say,
time. But
politics scare me.
Right. It's
I
it.
know you have to really research
Yes, you got to. You can't.
before you open your mouth on it. I think. And,
That's
and
all. I mean,
people aren't doing it.
or what they're saying is valid. I'm not saying what they're saying is not valid.
Yeah, it's their
but
opinion.
but
Good for
either
them.
you say it or you don't. And if another guy's speaking out, then you respect that. You can say, "Oh, don't say it," unless what you says is what is. I wouldn't think about. I didn't think about that while we're over there because it caused problems for us. That makes
That's
sense.
what I've always wondered, though, and maybe you can speak to this. Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay, same
Right.
thing. Was he the things he was doing and saying now are very popular, but back then were
Very
they
controversial.
as
No.
popular?
Oh,
Because
no,
I can
very
see where
controversial.
a lot of this country would have hated that
and
guy.
they did.
For skipping the Vietnam War
Absolutely.
and changing his name and
Right.
doing all the things he did. I
And
would
for
think
Muslim-
that was a big hot button issue.
Oh,
back then.
absolutely was. And the biggest name in the world. He was the most popular athlete in the world. And he didn't go in when Joe Louis went in World War II, and Jack Dempsey went in World War One, and other athletes. Ted Williams went in the Korean War.
Yeah,
all
Bob
these,
Feller, all those guys,
All the
yeah.
guys, right? And in the middle of the career, and he didn't. And whatever reasons he had. Now, look, now what he said was kind of, like I said, very mild compared to what's
Now?
going out there. Yeah.
Right.
But
back
it was
then-
very controversial. No, I said it's very controversial, and even could start something now too with some of the comments he made. It's just, but I just, I got to know him and meet him. I know, but I admire the fact of what he stood for, what he stood for. I admire that, and he didn't go to Vietnam War, where so many did and lost their lives and stuff. For his reasons, I admire that. I just that I don't, for his religious purposes, right? But then he was with a group, and this was the contradiction. He was with a religious organization that hates whites, and that's not assertion. That's a fact.
Do you know the name of it?
The black Muslims hate whites. Their faith is based on all whites are blue-eyed devils. Now the Muslim faith is not.
Right. But this particular
Black
group.
Muslim, right? The Muslim nation.
Anything that teaches hate for
That's
anything,
it. That's it, exactly.
I'm not a big fan.
It's
of.
like these neo-Nazi, neo-Christian,
not a big fan.
Christians. They kill in the name of Christ.
That's
Isn't
not-
that something?
My son
When Christ
is,
said, "Thou shalt not kill."
my son's 11. He's in 6th grade.
Mario.
In his language arts class, this week, they're reading stories about the Holocaust. And I asked him what he thought about it. And he was just shocked. I think he was just shocked that, and this may be too much for 6th graders, by the way, but he's shocked that, that someone would try to kill you based on how you look. And if you were a twin, but you had blue eyes, they tried to do medical experiments
Right.
on you to see if they could change your eyes to brown eyes or
Right.
whatever it was like that. And I thought to myself, wow, that is a lot for a 6th
Yeah.
grader, an 11-year-old kid to be thinking about concentration camps. And I don't know, should we shield kids from that kind of stuff? It just seems like a lot to me.
At that stage, you're right. But it's
No,
not
I
to
think
absorb.
when they're absorbing it is when you need to tell it to them.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I can think back on what that sounds crazy, but yes, we learned about that in Mrs. Leonard's 6th grade class at Thomas Jefferson. And it opens conversations, and I think it hits kids at a time where they kind of need to be woken up that the world isn't always and hasn't always been the way that they know it right now. And just because this is your reality doesn't mean that it's everybody else's, and it doesn't mean that that is how everybody else got here. And that's a really important time frame, I think, to be able to get them to understand that. So no, I am a mother. My daughter's 5, and she's bigger than life and a big brain on that baby. But yeah, I think that's important. I don't know. I would want them to know it sooner rather than later. Holy moly!
Oh,
This
break
would
the
be the
table.
day that
Hold
the
on.
table breaks.
The table. That break the table. I'm pushing the mic. I'm pushing. All right. I'm gonna
guys
be
are the
real easy
best.
with this. I'm pushing this all over the joint. I'm not touching no more. And no, let me go
I'll
back. I just
believe
wanna
that when I
clarify.
see it.
I do want to clarify.
About-
I don't mean to get into the religious thing, but because I have a lot of, I do have a lot of friends that are black Muslims, and I'm not.
Just because you're
Muslim
African American
faith-
and you're Muslim doesn't mean you're part of the group
and I
that
said-
Muhammad
that's-
Ali
but
was.
that's-
Right.
No,
We
that's what I'm
need
saying.
to
That's
clarify that a little
and
bit.
that's so I don't want to get into that. We don't get into. I don't want to talk religion and stuff on air, and even politics, because it's a popular subject. But I'm just saying. I just what I
Or it's
found.
too
I just-
popular.
what I was. Oh yeah. But I just found it was Ali was for what he was and he was everything, but it was just a group. But Ali, was the most beloved athlete ever, and was most beloved icons of America forever.
Now, for
Yeah,
sure.
it was. Now, yeah. And later on, I think people realize, and they admired him for sticking to his guns and sticking to his faith. His faith, like, no, don't worry. I'm gonna hold this thing. I'm gonna hold it like I got a power.
Like a
line.
neuborn.
Like a newborn
Powerade.
microphone.
Did that NSYNC thing that you were doing?
You're really
earlier?
good at that, Ray. This is a new
You can
vantage
just put
point for me. This is an unusual view.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
I've heard he's a good singer.
I can't sing a lick.
That's not true.
a
I've
lick.
seriously heard
but
that.
It don't
I heard you
but it
sang
don't
in front of a grade
but
school class one time, and they loved it.
Sure.
One
sure.
time.
That's the only example I
I
know
guys
of.
tell people, if you want an empty room, and people won't be running for it, they'll be diving. That's like a head dive. Get out of this. Oh my God.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
But I
You know,
get it.
he's turning 50 soon.
That's true.
Maybe
50,
we could
50.
get you to sing
50, what do
happy
you mean
birthday
50?
for his 50th
Oh, that'd be
birthday.
nice.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I'll do the Marilyn Monroe. Happy birthday
That's what I mean.
yeah.
Right, laying like on that couch over there?
Yes.
That'd be cool.
Laying on the Valley Spotlight sofa.
You guys want another question?
Happy birthday. Happy. Was that, like
Do you
that?
have one?
Go ahead.
Oh,
We
okay.
got another question from Stacy. She wants to know.
Stacy with an EY, an I, or a Y?
EY.
Okay.
Stacy with an EY
In case we write back.
wants to know if you know what's going on with Kelly Pavlik and if he's ever going to get back in the ring.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's nice.
Because I don't.
Me either.
No, I don't. Don't know anything what's going
We
on.
don't know.
And I don't see him. I wouldn't think he'd be getting back in the ring at this point.
How old do you think he is?
I know how it is.
Okay.
I know how it is.
How old is he?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I was there at
30.
37.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, I was gonna say he's about my age. A
37.
little bit.
Well, not
older.
too many people get back in the boxing ring at age
No,
37. do
he's
they?
having a good retirement. You know, he had a good career. He's having a good retirement. So let him, whatever he's doing.
I think he had a great career. If you ask me. I don't know.
Oh
Like, I
yeah,
think- How many guys do you know that could do that?
No,
Well, not many,
It
but-
was a good career.
Yeah. The end wasn't so hot, but the
The end
career
wasn't
was
so
pretty
hot.
great.
Well, part of it's a
Just
package
my
deal.
opinion.
No, that's it.
So
you
no.
are entitled to your opinion.
Yes. Yeah. No. He had a good career.
I mean,
like
we're
the-
the champion of the world.
Yes, it was tremendous.
You're better than everybody
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
You can't do much better than that.
No,
I'm better than
none.
every single person in my weight class in the world.
Right.
You ever think
Can't
of it that
beat
way?
that. Right. Can't get no better.
One out of billions of people, you're it.
That's it.
That's pretty great.
One out of
Or-
a billion.
Right?
That's great.
That's it. Absolutely.
That's a good career. if you ask
Very
me.
good career.
Can't
That-
go higher than that.
We are not negating the fact that it wasn't a great career.
I think it was fantastic.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. That's my opinion. Anyway,
There you have
and it
it.
was and one time at my birthday party,
Oh my God.
we went back to my friend's
Please
house.
don't tell any
wait,
stories
and,
about your
go
birthday
ahead,
party.
go
It
ahead.
was like a get together. It was like a birthday get together at a bar in Struthers, and then we went back to my friend's house, and he was moving, so all the furniture's out, and he came and did a backflip.
Who did?
Kelly,
Did a
or a
backflip?
front flip. He did a flip. I don't know. It was pretty late, but I'm just telling you, it was pretty good.
You know,
So God bless him for
How
coming
many
to my
people
birthday
are
party.
watching this?
But
right
you
now,
know what?
like
You know,
two?
Mike. You know, you just sound like we did. And this one time, this one time, the girl from Saturday Night
Or
Fever.
yeah,
Yeah.
or a band camp.
What?
Yeah, band camp. Yeah.
Mary
And
Catherine
and
Gallagher.
also,
And this one time, and this one
That
time, band
Matt
camp.
Foley when he
Matt
did
Fo-
it too.
Yeah.
All right, you ready? Pumpkin spice lattes, yes or no?
No, candy in the glass.
Do you like the taste of it though?
I love pumpkin,
Pumpkin pie.
and I like. I'm not big like I do more cappuccinos or just macchiato.
Mm-hmm.
But I love pumpkin. But pumpkin lattes, no, it's candy in the glass.
When
Candy
you
in a
drink
cup.
coffee, you just want coffee.
Coffee
What
or
you're saying.
espresso, but I do thumbs up. I'll do a little mocha. They'll put in there,
Uh-huh.
change it up.
Just no
but
pumpkin.
But I like pumpkin to
Nah.
eat, but it's tremendous.
See,
But it's
people-
I just
people have
I had
opinions on this.
At lunch, had pumpkin pie. I was asked for
Oh, I didn't get
desserts.
invited to lunch.
And they-
But go ahead.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's all right.
And you won't. Anyhow, and,
You have pumpkin pie
and a
for
pumpkin.
lunch?
I had my food. I had my food. I said, "There's about dessert." I said, "What desserts you had?" And I told him, I said, "Pumpkin." I said, "I was just gonna say pie, pumpkin pie." It was freshest and most delicious pumpkin pie.
Really?
And then all that whipped cream.
Yellow whipped cream
just,
on there.
Just rubbed it all
Where
over.
was
Wait,
that? Are you
over
allowed to
there?
say?
Like I used to do to my wife. What?
At
Where-
the,
I'm
Where
sorry.
did you have it?
Sorry.
What?
Oh my.
What restaurant were you at?
What?
I guess is what I
Oh,
was gonna say.
Otavio, Station Square.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yes. Whipped
Did
cream.
you bring some
Yeah.
whipped cream home or
What?
just leave it there?
Oh, I ate it all.
it to go?
I ate that bad boy. I was going electric chair.
We have a fridge. You can keep it fresh.
Oh.
Did we still
I
use the
said,
electric
I was so
chair?
funny that I was out with my son and his lady friend in New York last week. I was in New York.
This is Leonardo?
No, Ray.
Raven.
Ray.
Okay.
My youngest one. And,
Hi, Ray.
so he introduced me to his lady friend, and lovely, lovely girl, lovely woman. And so we're eating. So I'm talking, and then I said, that I had to just throw it out.
Yeah, let's just see what
And I
happens
said,
on this. Go ahead.
When we're eating, I said, by the way, I said, when Ray takes you, I said, for future reference, Ray, I said, what I used to do back in the day.
This is
I used to
gonna be
do back in the
gross.
day. No, it's not gross. I used to back in the day. It'll be on first dates too. It's because you try to kind of let you know where this is where I stand. I say, we're gonna have 2 bottles of champagne. One for us to drink, one for me to pour all over her. The waiter used to get a kick out of that.
In
And then
front of
at
his
the
son.
dessert, I'd
good.
say we're gonna have a little. We're gonna have 2 of those.
I see
Whether it
where
was
this
a
is going.
pie, a cake. I said we got
One
2
to
of those.
eat.
One for
One
us
to
to eat,
eat.
and one for me to rub all over her later on.
uh-huh.
And pretty much that was pretty much. So I said, Ray, did you ever throw it out? And it's like he turned red. the
Yeah.
girl turned
He turned red.
I said, no, if you just threw it out, when you were having dinner some night. Just,
Right.
Just throwing it out them. Anyhow.
Trying to make life easier for his son.
No, I know, because
Morning, noon, and night.
trying to
then-
help.
Always trying to
and-
be
and I
of
said that-
service.
And the girl, I
Think
said this,
outside the box.
The girl looks at my son. She goes, "Oh, now I get it."
Ah,
Oh,
Okay.
She said, "Oh, now I get it."
Oh
And
my
then
God! He,
Walk to the bathroom with her phone in her
I
hand.
started laughing. I was cracking up. We were laughing. My son was laughing.
Nice girl.
Very sweet, very nice, very
You
nice.
think it'll
very,
go anywhere?
And I
If you
don't
had to
know.
predict? If you had to
I don't
predict.
know. I don't know. I think, as I told him, and I told her, 'cause I said, I said to her, because the first time I met her, very sweet. And Ray says, "Pop, I don't know if I want to introduce. I don't want to know if I want to introduce anybody." I said, "I'm the only one you should be introduced her to, not Mom, not me." He goes, "Why?" I said, "Because I'm the one. I love you no matter what." I said, "No." I said, "Plus," I said, "I lived life. Your mom didn't live a life. Your brothers didn't live life. Yeah, I'm the one who lived life. What am I going to see?" No, he goes, "No, you're right. You're right. I lived life. I
You're
know."
right.
So I'm always looking forward to meeting people. I never go with any connotation because it's my son. I trust my son's judgment.
you're going in open-minded. If you say she's
yeah.
good, I'm
And-
gonna
and-
walk
and-
in and she's good.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
and that's
not.
exactly
I'm
right.
not.
And if she's
I'm
with my son, I trust his judgment because I taught him to have a good character and be a person of substance and quality, a quality individual.
Yeah, but you
And
know
now-
how shady girls can
No,
be.
well, it could be, but till you talk to them, and then
Yeah,
lot
that's
on
where
the
you
ball.
vet it.
Oh, yeah.
Sharp,
We know how shitty
sharp,
girls
lot
can
on the
be,
ball.
I'm sure.
Lot on the
Okay.
ball. I was very impressed. So I asked her, "How did you and my son meet?" I said, "I already asked him. I want to see if your version matches
Oh,
his."
yeah, okay.
So it's yours, you get yours, mine. You always ask two people the same story, right? So you get his side, their side, and then eventually you get to the truth. That's the old saying, right? But sure enough, with her version and his version, copacetic.
Oh.
Same
What's
page.
up?
Same
What's
page.
up?
That's
And he
nice.
met her in a club, and I think, you meet people in a club, but you do. She just happened to go out with friends cause she works hard, and she hadn't been out in a while. And friends said, "Come on, you got to decompress." And she said, I figured, what the heck? She lives in Brooklyn, and he was out having drinks with friends of his, and they, and he said he looked out on the floor. He seen this girl dancing with her friend. Then her friend started dancing with a guy, so the girl was dancing by herself. She says, "I'm gonna go ask her to dance." So he went up to her and asked her, and yeah, and that was the version of both. I said,
Oh,
"There you
I
go."
like
Oh, that's
that.
good.
Yeah.
God, I
Yeah.
wish I knew
he
how
saw
to
it,
dance.
he saw it,
Story.
he saw it, like,
Yeah, you're-
and he said, "Pop, she can dance. My baby can
Oh.
dance. If not for nothing, he can dance." And so he said, "Pop, she can dance." So I was,
How do people? I think there are some people that just can't dance.
there is some people. It's a rhythm.
You know
thing.
what I'm saying?
No, Mike. And you're right.
Like some
no, no.
people are just good at it.
Just
And
some
some people suck.
lovely people.
Men,
and
women,
other people
doesn't
just
matter.
right. Some people you're never gonna get it.
No.
Can't carry a tune. Don't hear the tune. Don't know. And you watch them. You go, "What are you?" It's just.
There are
it's
some people
bad.
that just
You
don't.
go. It's a rhythm, man. It's a beat. You saw it on 1, 2 beat or 4 beat count. That's it. 2 beat, 4 beat. So you can move half time or full speed. That's it. It's a 2 count or 4 count. And sometimes you go to an 8 count. That's when you really try to do.
That's a dance.
But that's real
You
fast. But-
can't handle 8
No,
count.
man. And I told
could barely handle
I
1 count.
keep my shit right here. Hey.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Keep
you.
it tight. Keep it
Hey.
in.
Like
Keep
you
it
could
in the safe
be
zone.
Oh,
sitting
hey.
on a
Safe
bar stool
zone.
and doing the same dance.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
I've been doing the same shit since 1982.
Keep it
but
in
it's
the
just,
safe
that's
zone,
in the,
Michael.
but it's tight, man. My shite is tight.
It looks like you're
bounce
just
the
sparring.
shoulders,
I don't
bounce
even
the
think you're
shoulders.
dancing. You're just
Oh,
sparring.
hey,
That's
hey,
part of it.
hey.
You never know if somebody's going to punch you in the face.
Bounce,
He's got his
bounce
hands
with
up
me,
and all
bounce
that.
with
You're at
me.
the bar.
Come
No,
on
it
and
could- you
roll
could get
with me,
punched.
roll
You
with
could
me.
get punched right in the face.
John, you got a question?
Oh, we got a question.
Oh,
Is it
no.
about
Beverly
dancing? Oh,
in
sorry.
Steubenville.
Oh,
Big fan of Ray's.
what's
Thank
her
you.
name?
And Red Beverly, I fought in Steubenville. I fought at St. John's Arena in December of 1980. 1980, yes.
They have a St. John Arena too.
St. John Arena.
Oh, it's not
What
just
about the
Columbus
Dean
then.
Martin Arena?
They didn't
Isn't
call
he
it that.
from
at the
there?
They have
time.
a Tracy
Yes, he is.
Lords. I think it's
Yes.
Tracy Lords Arena now. No, just kidding. Go
Wow.
ahead.
Oh, my God.
She's from East Liverpool or
She,
Steubenville.
she ain't from Steubenville.
Might be East Liverpool.
Might
Okay,
be-
what's the
I-
question?
okay,
Holy
okay.
moly.
She was curious if Ray would ever consider a line of clothing or opening a restaurant.
Yeah, well, it's funny you
Oh,
said
let's
that.
do the
It's
first
funny
one
you
You're
say
very
first.
fashion forward. So.
I appreciate
Here we
that.
go.
That my girl,
Here we
my
go.
girl. I would love to open a line, and now that my son's in the fashion business and he's going to create his own line eventually.
Oh, yeah.
I hopefully he's doing a line of T-shirts first, and then eventually wants to branch out to other accessories because everything is about accessories. I tell people one thing I learned. We've been in beautiful weather, right?
Yeah.
But you dressed the season, not the weather. So even though it's fall and it's sunny, white's gone. You don't want t-shirt. T-shirts. Have a little of a jacket on, a little sport coat around it or something. You dress the season. So certain colors you don't wear now.
Right.
That's it. So that's one thing. And the other thing, yes, we're talking about fashion. I would love to do a fashion line, but I was at different times I was approached, but it never materialized past the talking stage. So it never happened. But I would love to do it. Yes.
Maybe we could wear some of his stuff.
Yes.
You think
I
you'd-
know.
But I've been also at one time
Well,
talking about doing stuff
little
like
busy.
for accessories like
Is he doing just guys
jewel-
apparel or
like,
both?
Like necklaces, wrist.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Bracelet?
Bracelet. That's the word. Whew.
I got you,
Bracelet,
baby. I'm right here.
necklaces,
I got ya.
money clips and stuff like that. I would love. I started to do a company about doing something for years, and it's just again never materialized.
I thought for sure you were going to say something like, "Listen, you better recognize and you better accessorize and you put like 3 of those in a row." I thought for sure you were going there.
My man, he
Didn't
likes
happen.
to know. I like the rhyme.
All right, how about a restaurant?
Anytime. But as far as the restaurant, it's funny. It's just recently. It's just literally
Like in a week?
Recently,
Yeah.
I was approached about doing something with some people in Youngstown, and I've been approached before, and I have a concept in mind. I really don't want because so many good restaurants in town, so many good. It's a concept I think it really fly because I've seen how it's played out in other places, especially L.A. But everybody go, that's L.A. Well, no, L.A., New York, other towns, Chicago. It'll play well here if it could be done right. So I'm actually just recently talking to 2 different organizations about doing a restaurant. I'd love to. I'd be on. But if not, look, one thing I learned, and doing business with me is the easiest thing. We don't look to have an ownership or thing. If that's offered, great. That's one thing. We get residuals. We just do a residual.
But wouldn't you have to be at the restaurant
Yes,
all
and
the
that's,
time?
but
And you'd be okay with that?
I love that. So I love.
Okay.
I'm working. Nobody works the room better than me, Mike.
No, I know.
work the room. That's what I do.
But you said your time is
yes,
money.
So
You know what I mean?
if you're at a place, but that's why you're there. Shaking hands, kissing babies, taking pictures,
Mm-hmm.
because people are coming in, right? So that's the money. That's part of it. But look, I would love that. Plus, it'd seem like a good time. To have my own place to go to.
Yes.
I go to some
your
other
own-
people's places. Say
Yes.
my place. They would be cool. And I have ideas what I'd like to do. So
I hope it's another pizza
Thank you for
or
that question.
spaghetti restaurant.
And one was 2 of them restaurants. The 2 restaurants. Like I said, it's a concept I have. I think it will go. People think, oh, I'm not sure it would go in Youngstown. I think it would, because you got to give them choices. You can't keep going the same thing. People always stick with what's favorite, what does well in Youngstown.
Yeah.
No, man. If you give them another option, that'll do well too.
Which one is, if you had to predict, which one is closer to happening? Something with your line of clothing or a signature clothing or a restaurant?
At this point, I would think the clothing. At this point, but
Really?
that could change.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. You got any more, John? Or you want me to go to the box?
Yeah, but take the
Do you want
junk.
to? Do you want to take one?
Take-
Step 1,
Having
you
junk
cut a hole in the
box.
box.
Oh,
Right.
Having
my
a junk in a box.
Gosh, I should never have handed those 2 a box.
All right.
Get your junk out of a box, Mike.
I just let it go. I let it go.
That kills me.
I have kids,
Yes.
and they have the same maturity level as you, so I just let it go. All right. Did Facebook make or break the world?
You know what?
You know, I came up with Facebook first, just so you know.
He did.
I
I
did.
want to hear this one.
But go ahead.
It's really funny.
But I actually, people say it's hurt people. I know a lot of people that if you're not strong enough mentally, probably a good thing not to be on it. You gotta
Yeah.
have elephant skin.
Yeah.
But other people just, and there's other people who make a living off of the internet, as we know. We've
Absolutely.
had a few of them on. Right?
Absolutely.
But I think it's a good thing. I've reconnected with my cousins in Sicily, and my other cousins who live in Venezuela, through the internet. I never know. And you just
Gives
you
us
get
the ability to reach so many people
worldwide.
with this
Seconds.
show.
In
fans.
seconds.
I've got
And like
fan-
you're
like
with
that.
us. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And fans from around the country that write. I write back. So I think it's a great thing. I think it's connected the world instead of separating the world. But I think you got to understand, But like any good thing, there's that part where people will try to use it for evil or bad, and for hurt, heartbreak, things like that. But
How about you? Marketing whiz.
I made Michael's Facebook page without him knowing because
That's
he
true.
said he did not want to be on Facebook, and I was
This
like,
was a long time ago.
I really don't want to hear it. You have to be on Facebook, and it was finally
forgot about
open.
that, yeah.
And I think I was one of the first classes. It debuted when I was in college, in like 2006. University of Missouri got Facebook, and I remember it really well, and I remember doing your page, and then I remember posting photographs of me and Pat Connolly at different live shots, and we were building an audience in a way where even like our station managers, I think none of us knew what it was really going to be, and like looking back on it, you know, it absolutely changed the course of probably my life, because it changed the way that we did our jobs every day.
Yeah.
From just, you know, straight journalism to managing the social media aspect of our jobs and our lifestyles, and, you know, our relationships and the way that everybody sees us. And, you know, everybody could say whatever the heck they want. Michael and I have been friends for, you know, years, and having pictures of people together over and over and over again builds sort of the sustainability that you're not really expecting, because it's just how you live your life. But you have to be aware of what people are seeing and the context in which you're bringing it to them. And so I learned a lot from Facebook. I think it can make things and it can break things.
Well, there's no
I really do.
dispute.
And that's why I put the question out there, because
It's very powerful. You can get a hold, because you don't know everybody's phone number, and you don't know everybody's email address. But by God, all you got to do is put some on Facebook, and you'll find somebody, and you'll be able to get a hold of them.
But how many people who, you know,
Which is
just
good.
the separate bullying, when people make comments about
Oh,
people,
we get it
it's
too.
heartbreaking. It's
I mean, we
heartbreaking.
get
and people and people fall to that. They get caught up in that stuff.
Yeah.
we get beat up, and like I
Women,
mean, he
the
does,
women in
and
the
I
industry
do for sure.
more than the guys.
Oh my
no,
goodness!
But, well, you know, you got the Twitter trolls out there, and I
Just
knew they were called. I
I'm
said,
shocked
well,
how
it's-
rude they are, and the
Twitter
venom.
trolls are brutal.
The-
Brutal. But that's exactly what they are, the trolls, because you're not going to say that stuff in your face. You're not
That's
gonna say it
Ron
in public.
blowing his nose back there.
Oh, yeah, I heard.
That's a beautiful thing, Ron. It's a
No,
beautiful
Ron.
Maybe
thing.
we brought in the elephant.
Yeah.
I guess not.
Just the
But
goose.
You're right, about 2006, because I remember my son just started probably his freshman year, which should have been 2008,
I was a
2007.
junior,
and
senior.
yeah, and he told me, Pop, you got to get off
2005, I
Facebook.
think. Maybe 2005.
I didn't know anything. I wasn't even. I got on.
I thought it was
heard
just for
about
girls.
He said, "Pop,
That's what you said about Instagram, too.
He said it's just for.
Same thing.
He said it's just for teenagers.
Yeah.
So he told me.
Yeah.
Well, it was.
And I
Younger.
said, okay,
It
I was
was.
gonna get off, and then my cousin from Venezuela hit me up. My cousins, so my family. I'm Sicilian. My family. Years ago, my one cousin, she married. Her and her husband. They went to South America for work, and that's where she had her family. So her children and her grandchildren were all born in Venezuela.
That's like half
That's
my
Chile.
family is from Argentina.
Yeah, Argentina. That's it. That's a lot, large
Well, not
ethnic,
half my family, but part of
large
them.
European faction, you know, Italian faction in South
Right.
America, as well as Tedesco, Germans.
No kidding.
Germans, yeah, a lot of Germans. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So anyhow, yeah.
I'll
But-
learn a history lesson for you on.
Well, we're after 2:30. You want to just end it, or you want to do another question out of the box?
It's up to
Do
you,
one more
Michael.
junk in a box.
All right, hold on. Let me fish
Well,
around
let
in
me
the
get-
I think I
box.
gotta go to
Ah, you
Liars.
gotta do the-
Hey,
Junk
Stephen
in a
Jubileer,
box.
I'm sorry, I'm late.
Step one.
Step one.
I already know how
Put
he's
your
gonna
junk
answer
in a box.
What are you
Step two.
editing them now?
Close that box.
that. What makes you feel?
Step
What makes you
three.
feel young?
Open that box.
As I come up on this 50th birthday that
I
I'm dreading.
know.
What makes
But
you
I
feel?
don't.
What makes you feel young? Is the question.
Not when you always hear age of them by the number and all that stuff, but just true. If you live your life young, I like that. Look, I refuse to
So
grow
what
up.
do? Is there something
So,
that
but
you do, or that
look,
you
it was
eat, or that you do, or
I still.
that makes you feel younger, or
that
just makes
me
you
feel-
think
man,
back?
I'm a nostalgic. I told you, I have TV land all day. 9 in the morning, I'm watching Andy Griffith. Man, I'm getting my fill of Andy Griffith.
My kids love Andy Griffith.
I'm watching
Who
Andy Griffith.
doesn't?
I know.
And you know, B Fife was the funniest cat on
Funny
TV.
dude.
Funniest cat on TV.
Is he dead? Down
Oh,
there?
he's-
Yes,
the
yes, he passed away.
faces.
Yes. And so
Faces are so good.
Oh,
Aren't they good?
So B5, and then, but I said, I think I did. I read a lot, and I try to do things. I like to think. I know I'm not 20 years old no more, and I know I'm not 40 years old. But I still like to do things. I work out, but I moderate my workout now because so I can continue doing so. You know, I'm not killing myself. I got nothing to prove, so I'm not. I'm not that. You know, I'm not. Like I said, I'm not that. You know, ambitious anymore. And my wife's much more ambitious than me when she works out. And I said, why? It's just maintenance. It's maintenance. Watch with your food, just caloric intake. Drink, man, wine. Look, just 600 calories for ounce glass. Just 4 glasses there's 6 glasses in a bottle. So I usually have but I usually have the 6 ounce pour. So that's 4 glasses, and I usually have 1 to 2 for lunch, and then 1 for dinner. So I've cut back on my wine intake only because I was drinking almost a bottle a day. Sometimes I do 2 for dinner, 2 for lunch. So I think, but that's good for you. It's good. It's good for the red wine is excellent for your blood. But caloric intake, carbs, low carbs, high protein. I think that's pretty standard. You got all these different diets now. The kinetic keto diet. Kinetic. That's the acid.
That might
That's
be
a new one.
God,
We're going
might
to come
be.
up with it right after the show.
Yes, the kinetic diet. The keto diet, the all these other type of diets, it really comes down to, it always comes down to the same thing: common sense. So you can't cut out. You still need fats in your system, slow fat, not as much, and you get these fatty acids now from good healthy foods like nuts, nuts, any type of nuts, peanuts, walnuts, almonds, things like so.
Right.
Cashews, all that good stuff. And then you can also get your fatty acids, the other fatty acids that you need. So these are the things.
Fatty acids is almost funny, but it's not.
Yeah, no, it's not. You need fatty acids in your body.
Right. I think we've all had a couple fatty acids in our life.
There's a lot of fatty acids. We're talking about this is a fatty acid section.
It's funny.
No. Anyways,
Makes
that's what
the
I'm saying.
world go round.
Monitor your diet. Eat right. Just moderation. You always hear it, but people can't do that. And I understand that. A lot of times I'm eating. I don't pass up dessert. I told you I had my apple
We
pie
have
dessert.
2 desserts.
Yeah, I stood over there and ate chili con
One for
queso
me
all
to
morning.
eat. Then the
can't
other
wait.
we'll figure it
There
out.
we go.
We'll figure it out.
That's funny.
And yeah,
What makes you feel young, Michael? He's going to be 50
that's what I do. But
in a
that's
matter of
I
days.
think
50.
50.
And I'll be sick. And I'll be
And you're going to be what?
59. 59 in March. I got it.
I don't know how you made it.
I know, man. But look,
I don't want to talk
live
about
in
it.
everything in moderation. I just told you that.
Yeah, that's my problem. I think just listening to like when I do a lot of driving, so I listen to some music from my day, like that hair metal music, Motley Crue stuff from the 80s.
Hair
and-
Nation.
yeah, the late 80s, early 90s. That makes me feel like when I'm thinking, I'm not thinking as a guy that's almost 50. I think like I did when I was at that age.
Yeah.
That helps a lot. TV shows are a good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you ever see somebody that you once went out with, and you look at and you go, man, hey, and then go away and you go, man, I used to go out with that girl, but she looks like a beaten favorite.
Yes, that has happened in the past. I'm sure it
That's
happens with
terrible.
guys.
That's
Nobody says it
terrible.
about me.
I'm
happens with guys.
joking.
Oh, Lord.
Ladies, I'm joking. I don't say that about anybody. There's people I've dated. You see,
They look
you don't
fantastic.
know what life's brought in their way. You don't know what heartache or headache, heartbreak that's come in people's lives, including my own. I know I ain't look like no spring chicken, but I know that. But I'm just saying. You see people, and I make jokes. I'm joking. Ladies.
One time I was at Penn State and some college kids, we were playing pool, and I had to be maybe 35. And some kid came up to me and she goes, "Did you have a really hard life or something?" I'm like, "Oh, no. I mean, yeah, but no, but not really.
So you know, that girl was not me.
No, this is just how I look."
Did you look at her and go, so I guess that we're not getting together now,
Yeah,
right?
probably. You don't really want to
But
date
she might have
the
a grandpa.
college girls
She
when you're
might
35.
have a grandpa fantasy.
Well, I don't know if they had that back then.
Or a Mr. Or
while back.
Mr. What's give me a teacher at school. Mr. Not Mr.
Mr. Cotter?
Mr. Cotter, yeah, Mr. Cotter fantasy going on. Teacher.
Oh, God.
Yeah. How about this? How about teacher?
It's all neither
How
behold.
many of these kids down in high school, their teachers are getting in trouble because these kids are, they're banging their
relationships.
their
Yeah.
relationship. Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
They're just they're throwing a bang on them. That's what they're doing. They're throwing a bang out there.
I'll
on
never
these
get it. I
Oh
don't-
shit!
Oh my
I
God.
knew it.
I'm
We
breaking.
really just need
I
to end
can't.
this.
I
think nobody
this okay, man. Hey, woo!
All right.
We don't spare no expense on this show.
Do your
None.
little rhyme. Let's end this thing. Let's go.
Hey, we always want to say thank you to our
Yeah.
friends at
Yeah,
Sunrise.
Sunrise Inn,
All
Sunrise
right.
Pizza.
And for those teachers out there,
Right.
We are not going there right now
Stop
because this has been
doing
happening
that.
for years.
No,
just
that's,
so
that's
you
ter-
all know.
That's terrible. No, actually,
Years.
I never had a
Well, let me
good-looking
ask you
teacher
something.
once.
Let me ask
Never
you-
did I have a good-looking teacher.
Let me ask you.
Not that
let
I'm
me ask you.
saying that
If that was
it's
you,
to me, but-
would you be telling anybody but your friends and high fiving and jumping? I'd be.
Yeah, if I were a male student and it was female friends,
Oh, my
or
God. Teacher,
female
female teacher?
teacher,
Oh.
I would. If I'm being honest, I would be high-fiving my friends and
I'd be
not
bragging
complaining
like
about
a
it
mug.
at all.
I'd be bragging
If
like
it's-
a mug.
if it's the
But
other
keep
way
it on-
around, it's
but
just
keep- but
gross.
keep it
Why
on
is
the-
that?
Keep it on the okie doke, though. Keep it on the Not high school, it ain't. So anyhow, but I think, look, I'm joking, folks. I hope you do understand that I'm joking about that because you don't be going. He's all for that. No.
No,
I'm joking. I'm just
not
kidding.
for that.
I'm joking.
Unfortunately,
It's
the world.
It's why.
No,
is
no.
not
You know,
always
look, you
the
got
nicest
kids that are
place.
younger
Are they?
kids. You got, we're supposed to teach our youth, protect our youth, take care of our youth, educate the youth, right?
Right.
Lift them up.
Right.
Do not knock them down.
There you go.
I
See?
agree.
Is that Pizza for Life's new thing still going on?
Yes. Enter. For how long, Ron? Mid-December.
Oh, wow.
Put your name.
Yeah.
What do they have to do? How do they answer?
Just go to WFMJ.com.
then you
WFMJ
can-
down and
Yeah.
enter Pizza for Life
Yes.
at
Pizza for
Sunrise
Life.
Pizza.
Can you imagine?
Sunrise.
In
down-
moderation for the rest of your life.
2 a month.
2 months. That's a
not
beautiful.
bad.
It's a beautiful
Pretty
thing.
darn good.
Well, it's
That's
good
a
to feed your
beautiful
friends.
Great
thing.
pizza and that breakfast pizza.
Oh,
Holy
if you like, I
cow.
love
Not on the
breakfast.
menu. You're not supposed to talk about
Oh,
it.
I'm not supposed to talk
I
about
don't-
it?
they don't like to make it out of
Well,
it.
ask
No.
them for it. The
Yeah, but if you
breakfast
ask 'em-
menu.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So you
I
get
just-
one,
Breakfast
two.
he used to
pizza.
One
bring
at
that down to
night
the
and one in
station.
the morning. That's the other I used
In
to
the
do.
morning, when we used to have to get up.
Yeah, and that's what I used to
Crazy
get
people.
asked. Would you like to come over? Would you like to come over to my place?
Mm-hmm.
I said only if I'm there in the morning.
There
Oh
you
no,
go.
would you like to come over for dinner? No, I said
Yeah.
only if I'm there for breakfast. That's the.
Should I
that's-
call you or just nudge you? That's what you. That's what you.
See what that?
Yeah. Yeah, there it
And
goes.
on some people, that works.
Hey, we got one question to end it
Oh,
on.
end
Oh,
the show on this.
gosh.
This is one for the ages.
Better be good.
This is from Peter, one of our top fans for
Hi,
the
Peter.
longest time now.
Peter Pumpkin Eater.
Van Halen or Van Hagar? David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar?
No.
There's no dispute.
There's no
There's no dispute.
DLR.
Van Hagar.
What?
Van Hagar. Are you shitting me?
Oh my
Perfect.
God.
I knew this was gonna happen.
All the respect I had for you.
And
All
there
the
you have
respect.
it.
Are you shitting me?
Oh.
I don't
You-
think
you
we
got-
have
you
time
got
for
that.
this.
I'm just a gigolo, and then you gonna do it over
That's not Van
over Van Hagar.
Halen. That's David Lee Roth.
Yes, that's what it was becoming. Running with the Devil. That first album was kick-ass album. One of my favorite
And the
albums of all
second
time.
one,
Listen,
and the third one, and the what about 1984? That one, and Diver Down.
Diver
and
Down was a good album too. But
are you
everyone
gonna
had,
like?
and
What-
Sammy only
what?
did Sammy did 3 albums with him. All of them hit number
All of them
one.
sucked.
Are you shiting me?
Oh my goodness.
Sammy
I don't
Hagar by
know why I'm
himself.
sitting here.
No,
Thumbs
back to
up,
my
thumbs
Van
up.
Hagar
And the
was
Red
better.
Rocker, when he was the Red Rocker or whatever, that I like.
Yes.
Not, no.
Red Rocker. I
No.
missed this thing.
No.
This reminds. We're on the way out anyhow.
You know, David
Red-
Lee Roth has a podcast.
Does he?
Yeah. Why can't we reciprocate that? That'd be cool. Will you go on his and then have him come on?
Yes.
Yours? And you can tell him how shitty you think he is.
No,
and I'll tell him how
I didn't
great
say
I
it
think
just
he is.
shitty. I liked it with Running with the Devil. They said Diver Down early on. Then he went on his own. Yeah, you're right. But at the end, he started getting a little pop, little
Oh,
kid.
yeah.
And at the
California
end-
Girls. I get
Yeah,
it.
That's
but
what I'm saying.
Yankee Rose was good.
No,
and all
man,
those.
no. But Sammy gave him an edge that they didn't have with David.
The
They
least
didn't have-
edge.
Are you
ever.
shitting me?
Yeah, no.
Everyone thing.
Ask any Van Halen fan. Any Van Halen fan on the planet. What's Peter think? That's what I want to know.
Oh man.
I
You
can't
know,
believe it. I'm just
Montrose,
shocked.
Montrose, and then then he was on his own for you. The Red Rocker. What are you shitting me? Come on, man.
So upset
Come
right
on,
now.
man.
I couldn't be more upset.
Anyhow.
And on that note,
On that note,
We're
gonna
never
go if
having
anybody-
lunch.
Anybody who has any
hopefully we'll have a
questions-
podcast next week after these guys make up.
And hopefully, if you have any questions or like we
Yeah.
or comments about
Sure.
the show,
Wanna
what you
divide the
like,
show?
what you don't like, what
ahead.
you don't like, we'll be happy to try to solve that problem.
I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised.
My goodness.
Oh man, I'm telling you.
Hey, thanks for
I'm
having
really
me, guys.
surprised.
But anyway, Lauren, you were wonderful.
Wait, maybe you
gave
could
that
break the
woman
tie
touch.
I'm not doing that.
What?
There's
on
no
the Van
way.
Halen thing.
No way. I stay
No,
neutral.
no, she's a Van Halen.
I walk
Halen
the
girl.
fine line of
she's-
the
Oh, I'm
middle.
sure she likes the
She's
girl
so-
Van
she's-
Halen.
Oh, no.
Van Hagar.
She's not a Van Hagar fan. She was a David Lee Roth fan.
Her, she wasn't even alive when David Lee Roth was in the band.
I probably what? I
No,
don't know.
you're 80s.
I was
early
80s. I was born in
Or
the
late
80s.
70s
was-
when the first one came out was 70. I was first on my buddy was just 1977.
The Sunset
And
Strip.
he started to, and we were, oh man, that was happening. Yeah.
1983 was a great year.
Okay, then you were around when 1984 came out.
I
My
know.
girls just want to
just
have
barely born.
fun.
It's getting around.
Do you know her?
that
You ever
being
met Cyndi
born.
Lauper?
I never met, and I love her voice. Do love her voice. She could sing her ass off.
Yeah.
She was singing love stuff. When she started getting away from the character,
Yeah.
and started singing, she could sing her ass off.
Cyndi Lauper.
I was
You ever
thinking
heard of her?
Pat Benatar for a second.
Pat
but never
Ben-
mind.
You ever meet
Pat
Pat Benatar?
Yes, I have.
How cool is
Yeah,
that?
and I met her because she did the Fight Night for Children. She sang there, and I got a chance to meet her. Told her I used to train all her music. Yeah, I
That's
did.
awesome.
It's great.
Yeah, she was great.
She's great.
She
Anyway.
hit you with her best shot.
Yes, but what is her real last name?
I don't know.
Patty. It's just a very like
It's
she's
very-
slow Russian. I think she's Russian.
It's hard to say.
She's Russian.
Really? I
Uh-huh.
thought you would know it.
Or her husband, first husband, Dennis Benatar, is a friend of mine. He worked with me on a film in Youngstown.
Ah.
And I got to be good for Dennis.
I have a friend that thought it was Pat Bent Guitar for years.
Yeah.
Speaking of pronouncing names wrong,
Well,
Bent Guitar. It's not.
that like the
It's-
glove
it's Benatar.
department?
Yeah. Yeah. it's
but
glove
she kept his
like
name,
mid-big.
hers because her name was a real.
Really.
Okay, guys,
Good
we're
move.
just sitting here like we're
All
just
right.
talking with
Okay,
no
Okay,
notes
anyhow,
on.
and
Let's just cut
ladies and
this
gentlemen,
off.
thank you for listening. Look, the whole idea is to have the audience listening like you're over listening to our conversation.
And you are.
What you were just doing, what you were doing, yes. But I know, and love is not that interesting. I know, I got it. So until next time, take care of each other, love each other. Good night, and God bless.